Welcome to our monthly feature. You rip, I respond. Never read your column. Was looking for Apple Cup coverage and saw your article on email comments. You are the quintessential snowflake. It didn't say snowflake. It had a snowflake emoji, which made that the first time I've ever been insulted via emoji, so that seemed worth including. I do hope that Michael found our Apple Cup coverage. I know everyone's opinion is just that, but when a reporter on what is, in my opinion, a third-rate newspaper purports what others are thinking, I know why that clump of paper no longer defiles my driveway. Keep it up, Matt. Very soon you will find out what objective readers think of your non-objective style. Continue to preach division among people. Maybe it will lead to a Pulitzer. Pulitzer seems highly unlikely, especially now that we're doing this column. You racist piece of shit. I read your article a week ago about black lives and white lives, and now I see your next article. No apologies, nothing. You f***ing racist piece of shit. I hope you f***ing die. That took a dark turn toward the end there, didn't it? I debated about whether to include this one or not. Obviously, I don't know exactly what value it is, but I do think there's a value in pointing out that it's 2017, maybe 2018 by the time you see this, and when conversations of race and inequity and social justice are raised, that's some of the response you get, and I think that just highlights how far we have to go, man. What are your plans for when the TNT announces bankruptcy? It's kind of a fun one. Maybe it's because when I entered journalism, but a lot of journalists I've known over the years have had kind of a journalism backup plan. I had an editor at Seattle Weekly once who always wanted to be a mailman. I kind of took a poll around the newsroom about what people's backup plans would be if journalism dies out. I've got one colleague here who wants to be a tugboat operator, one who wants to be a nurse, one who wants to be a firefighter. For me, I've always kind of thought about being a high school teacher. The anti-Trump folks decry the gutter political rhetoric they claim is used by Trump and his supporters. These same anti-Trumpers have taken it to a new low. Your use of the term swamp rats falls in line very nicely with the gutter political rhetoric the elitist, condescending left once criticized but now champions. I enjoy your writing, but the playground name-calling is a distraction. This comes from an emailer by the name of Patrick. He actually emails with some regularity, and he's usually very civil, and I respect his opinion. The reason I used swamp rat in my column a couple weeks ago now on the FCC's decision to abandon net neutrality rules is because of the FCC chairman, a former Verizon lawyer who was put in place by Trump. As you may recall, one of Trump's main campaign pledges was to clear or drain the swamp, he said. It would seem to me that putting former Verizon lawyers in positions of power where they have the ability to affect things like net neutrality is the very definition of not draining the swamp. So that's why I used it. Critique noted. Thank you, Patrick, but I stand by my swamp rats comment. I don't like the idea of publishing your responses to some of the crude emails you receive. You're entering a communications cul-de-sac when you do this, responding to flimsy badinage with more of the same. Communication should be a two-way street with intersections. You might have a point, Annette.